to be a lot of movement, but we are going to want to be in positions where we can move. And you can do this sitting as well. I'm going to do it standing. We're going to be working on finding center today, finding our center. And that's a phrase that we use in many different ways. And some of them are more metaphorical. They're not really about the body, but about our general being, finding the center of our being. And sometimes we're talking about our body as well. And we can use finding center in the body as a way of helping us to find center in ourselves as well, in a larger sense of how we are in our lives and in ourselves. So to begin, wherever you are, whether you're standing or sitting or even lying down, you can begin by just feeling into where you are in the space that you're in. And just noticing how much space there is around you. You can even feel that out. I know that if I reach too far back, I hit the wall here. Maybe you have furniture or walls around you that are right there in arm's reach. And it's just nice to know where those are, to feel that space above you and that sense of what's underneath you, whether it's soft or hard, if you're wearing shoes or barefoot, socks. And beginning to feel that sense of connection that's there at the bottom there, where your feet are, or if you're sitting, where your butt is. If you're lying, where the back of your body is. Just feeling your connection to the ground. And how still that can feel. That you can become very quiet. Or you might find yourself fidgeting, finding your most comfortable way to be with that connection to the ground underneath you. And then beginning to play with shifting. And here you might begin to notice your breathing. And perhaps even let your breathing coordinate with a little bit of movement here. Or maybe you breathe in as you come forward a little bit. Maybe you breathe out as you come back. Just letting yourself shift a little bit forward and back. If you're on the ground, just finding the ways that you can shift from where you are. And shifting a little bit side to side. Maybe noticing where you begin to feel like, oh, I am really off center now, off center. And then coming back through and around, maybe circling your way around. Just playing with that sense of being off center and coming around the edges of where your center might be. And maybe you're shifting and moving with your body as one thing. Or maybe you're beginning to let things shift and move, perhaps bending at the waist, perhaps your shoulders get involved, perhaps your arms are part of this playing with where you are, where off center, out of center you are. And you might even imagine as you're exploring these edges off center, what pulls you off center in your life? Maybe as you come forward, you might imagine how you get lost in what's going to happen next, what's happening in the future, what am I anxious about that might happen. Maybe as you come back, there's a sense of, oh, the weight of all that's gone before, the past. How easy it is to get pulled into all of what's back there, where we came from, what we've experienced. Maybe off to the sides, things that surprise us, unexpected things, things that disturb us, things that come at us from other people, from the world situation, just all the things that can pull us or push us off center. And in the midst of all of that circling around and being pulled off, begin to find that place that's in the center. Still exploring the edges, the circlings around, the pulls here and there, but more and more beginning to find that place in the center of all that. And maybe your body can really help you to discover where that center is in you. Perhaps in your belly. Not so much front or back of belly, but really centered. Perhaps there's a sense of center at your heart. And finding where that place in you that feels centered. Maybe even playing a little bit up and down with your knees bent. Finding how much bend in your knees feels just right to feel supported, centered. Maybe that center has brought you to a stillness, or maybe you're still having a sense of easily shifting around that center, but knowing where that center is now. Finding your way back to it again and again. Maybe taking a few minutes here to explore some of those edges from that center now. How can you play with forward, future, and sides, things that pull your interest, draw your attention, but staying in the center as you do that. Even as you feel into what's behind you, feeling it from that place of center. Getting to know that place, to know that pathway back to it from wherever you lean or reach or find yourself pulled. Finding that path back again and again to center. Feeling the alignment of your spine, your head and neck. your legs and feet, your arms, helping you to explore from your center. Even your eyes, maybe to look around and see what's there from your center. Maybe imagining yourself walking through your day, through your life, from center. Even as you play and explore with edges and movements and interactions and activities, thinking, creative works, all with that sense of this center that is here for you to come back to again and again. And just a few more breaths. Being right there with yourself, situated in your center, finding your center again. Feeling your breath from your center. Taking a moment for perhaps a little gratitude to that center of yourself, to all that helps you find your way back home to your center. Thank you all for engaging in this centering work together today.